Welcome to the Gen6 Trust Academy. This is our 7th session. You have already learned a lot about verification, identity, how to prove some content is real, and how to protect your own identity. As you were following and doing the practices, hopefully you were doing them, then you used GSX in the background. So this time I get into deeper what GSX actually is and how it works and why it works. First of all, we need to look at decentralized systems. These systems generally have a problem with spam attacks, especially if they are storing data on all the nodes or most of the nodes. So let's imagine someone would come and wanted to store a lot of data and spam the decentralized system with meaningless data. Then if there is no control, nothing is stopping this attack, then the system dies really fast because the storage capacity wouldn't be able to follow and there would be 100% usage and the system would stop working because you always need storage to store data, store proofs, and store events and other logs on what's happening. Our solution is straightforward and strong. You need to use GSX for every transaction. Whatever you want to do on the blockchain, whatever you want to store on the blockchain, you need to pay GSX, and every transaction costs at least 0.05 GSX. And that's it. From this point, these spam attacks and DOS attacks are financially not feasible anymore. Also, the consensus is closely tied to GS, and the incentives for the validators to run the system is to receive GS from the community, from the decentralized technology. And this is the second reason why GSX is important, because this creates this utility and incentive to keep the system, the decentralized ecosystem, healthy and stable and also secure. Finally, but actually most importantly, from usage and utility point of view, it is the Gen6 app, because the Gen6 app interactions are happening through the blockchain, mostly, some part on the middleware, but all the proofs and all the critical and major aspects of the Gen6 app's logic relies on what happens on the blockchain. Your badges, your proofs, your real seal information, these are coming from the blockchain. These are checked against the values that are stored on the blockchain, and all of these interactions, when you are writing to the blockchain, when you are placing data on the blockchain, you always need to use GSX to get it there and secure your transaction. Of course, reading is free, so whatever you want to read from the blockchain, it's free, and this makes verification for the end user free as well. Securing the data and proving is using GS, but verifying the already protected data is free forever. And in the next video, you will learn the 5 basic principles of protecting yourself in the era LFG6.